The Horizon Dawn glided through the cold black of space. Its silver hull reflected distant stars. Captain Alex Carter stood on the bridge, watching the galaxy pass by. He was calm, but inside, he felt the weight of what was coming. Today, humans would sit at the council table with the most powerful species in known space. Lana Brooks, the human diplomat, approached him. Her steps were quiet but confident. "Captain," she said, "the council chamber is ready. All the other delegates are waiting." Alex nodded. "We can't make any mistakes," he said. "The terms they offer, they could limit us forever. We must be careful." Jason Clark, the security chief, leaned against the console. His eyes scanned the readouts of approaching ships. "Careful or not," he muttered, "these aliens don't play fair. If they try something, I'll make sure no one touches our people." Dr. Megan Hill, the scientist, joined them. She held a datapad with technical notes and analyses. "I've gone over their treaty terms," she said. "If we sign this, our tech development will be limited. Some colonies will fall under Empire control. It's worse than it looks." Alex took a deep breath. He had studied the treaty too. The Vashkon Empire had written it in their favor. It gave them nearly all control of trade, military decisions, and human expansion in space. Humans would be second-class citizens, unable to defend themselves fully. "We can try to negotiate," Lana said softly. "Maybe they'll agree to changes." "Maybe," Alex replied, "but we cannot count on it. I think they want obedience, not compromise." The Horizon Dawn docked at Aurora Reach, a huge neutral space station. It was built by many species, each contributing their own design and style. Its spires glimmered with colored lights, and the docking bays were filled with ships of all shapes and sizes. Humans had never seen so many aliens in one place, inside the council chamber. The atmosphere was tense. The room was enormous, with high ceilings that sparkled with energy fields. Around a long table, alien delegates from dozens of species waited. Some were tall and thin, their skin translucent. Others had armored plates or wings folded at their backs. Lord Skether, the Vashkon leader, towered at the head of the table. His eyes burned with pride and cruelty. He looked at the human delegation and sneered. "So, these are the upstart humans," he said. His voice was low and harsh. "The species who think they can walk among the stars with strength and wisdom? Fools." Lana stepped forward politely. "We are here to discuss the treaty, Lord Skether," she said. "We hope we can find terms that are fair for all parties." Skether laughed, a sound like grinding metal. "Fair," he said. "There is no fair for humans. You will accept what we offer, or you will face the consequences. We decide your place, not you." Some delegates shifted in their seats. A few glanced at each other nervously. Others said nothing. Alex felt the tension pressing in on all sides. He could see the fear in the room, and he could feel it in his own crew. "We have studied the treaty," Alex said calmly. "We understand the terms, but we cannot accept limitations that remove our freedom. Humans have the right to defend themselves and to grow. We will not give that up." The chamber fell silent. Even Skether paused, his eyes narrowing. He had not expected such open defiance. "You dare refuse us?" He hissed. "You are weak. You are lucky the galaxy tolerates you at all. Your species will regret this choice." Jason's hand rested on the sidearm at his hip. He wanted to stand up and shout, to make the Vashkon understand humans were not afraid. Megan placed a steadying hand on his arm. Alex raised a hand to stop any rash action. Words, not weapons, had to come first. Lana spoke again. "We are not weak, Lord Skether. We choose to be free. We do not seek conflict. We seek respect. Humans are capable, and we will protect our people." Skether's face turned red with rage. "Your words are meaningless. The compact is made. Obedience is your only choice." Alex looked around the table. Many alien delegates avoided eye contact. Some whispered to each other. A few small species had curious expressions, watching the humans closely. "Then we must step aside," Alex said quietly. He turned to his team. "Let's discuss what to do next." In a small chamber nearby, the human delegation gathered. The room was private, a place to make their decision away from alien eyes. If we refuse, Jason said, they will make us enemies. They may attack. We could lose everything. If we sign, Megan said, we will lose our freedom. We will be bound forever. Our colonies will be limited, our tech controlled. We will be slaves in everything but name. Lana sighed. I worry about the galaxy turning against us. But I also see the price of compromise. It is too high. Alex nodded. Freedom is always risky. Signing would be safe only in appearance. We would be trapped. He paused. Humans have always survived because we choose to stand, even when others fear the consequences. We cannot give up now. The team agreed. They returned to the council chamber. All eyes were on them. Skether leaned forward, his expression dark and deadly. He expected submission. Alex spoke slowly and clearly. Humans will not sign the compact. We will leave the council and stand on our own. We will not surrender our freedom, and we will not kneel. The room was still. Some delegates gasped. Others whispered to neighbors. Skether bared his teeth, his rage almost visible. Without hesitation, Alex rose from his seat. One by one, the human delegation followed. Jason stood tall and unyielding. Lana's expression was firm and proud. Megan carried her data pad with calm certainty. They walked away from the table. The sound of their chairs scraping on the floor echoed across the chamber. Silence followed them, heavy and electric. Every species present felt the meaning of this simple act. Humans were not just refusing words on paper. They were refusing submission itself. Skether roared, pounding his fist on the table. Stop them, he shouted. They will pay for this insolence. But the humans did not turn. They continued toward the exit, unhurried and unafraid. Even as the doors closed behind them, the weight of their choice filled the chamber. The galaxy itself seemed to pause. In the quiet hallway beyond, Alex exhaled. We have chosen the right path, he said. Danger is ahead, but we remain free. Lana smiled faintly. We may have made enemies, she said, but we have also shown our true strength. Sometimes, standing alone inspires more than following. Jason grunted. I hope those enemies know we can fight. Megan looked at the stars outside the station windows. We are not weak, she said. We are human, and that is enough to make the galaxy tremble. As they boarded the Horizon Dawn, preparing to leave Aurora Reach, the human crew felt the weight of history on their shoulders. This moment would be remembered across space, whispered in the halls of power, and studied by every species. A small delegation had made a choice that would echo far beyond the walls of a council chamber. Alex gave one last glance back at the council chamber. The lights glimmered faintly through the doors. He felt a surge of pride. We walk away today, he said. But the galaxy will not forget. The Horizon Dawn slipped from the station and moved into open space. The stars stretched endlessly ahead. Humans were free, but alone. Ahead lay uncertainty, danger, and the unknown. Yet for the first time in a long while, humans had chosen themselves over fear. They had refused to kneel, refused to submit, refused to sign a compact that would have taken away their soul. And in that moment, in the quiet between stars, the galaxy trembled as humans walked away from the table. Part 2. The galaxy reacts. The Horizon Dawn left Aurora Reach and moved into the endless darkness of space. Inside, the human crew was quiet. Each member felt the weight of their decision. They had refused the treaty. They had chosen freedom. But now, the galaxy would react, and reactions could be dangerous. Lord Skether of the Vashkon was furious. He paced in his chamber aboard the Vashkon flagship. They will regret this, he growled. Humans are fools, but they will pay. Gather the fleets. Show them the cost of defiance. Vashkon officers rushed to follow orders. Ships prepared for shows of force. Alarms echoed through the fleets as commanders took positions. The Empire wanted to make an example of humanity. The galaxy needed to see that refusing the compact had consequences. In the same moment, other species began to whisper. Some were surprised by the humans' courage. The Surian coalition, led by Illyris, watched silently. Illyris spoke to her council. They are brave. Perhaps we have underestimated humanity. Their choice may inspire others. Some neutral species were unsure. They feared the Empire's power. Others secretly admired the humans' resolve. Small traders and independent worlds sent quiet messages to Earth, offering support or friendship. The galaxy was starting to shift, little by little, back on Earth. News broadcasts showed the humans walking away from the Council. Citizens gathered in cities and towns, watching the speeches and images. Some were worried. Many wondered if humanity had made a dangerous mistake. But many were proud. Humans had chosen freedom over safety, pride over obedience. President Eleanor Hart addressed the people of Earth. She spoke calmly, but firmly. Today, humans have shown the galaxy who we are. We will not surrender our freedom. We will not bow to fear. We will defend ourselves, and we will stand together, in orbit. Jason Clarke prepared the human defenses. He organized pilots and Marines, running simulations and drills. Each crew member knew that the Vashkhan and their allies would not ignore the refusal. Humans had chosen a dangerous path, and they needed to be ready. Drive. Megan Hill focused on technology. She worked with engineers to improve shields and weapons. Some were prototypes, never tested in real combat. Every calculation was double-checked. Every system tested. She knew that the future depended on human ingenuity. Aliens on distant worlds watched the news. On a small trading planet, a young alien named Keel whispered to his friend, "They are not afraid. Why are humans so brave?" On another world, a minor race of aliens sent a quiet message to Earth, offering trade routes and information. Their leaders hoped to avoid being controlled by the Vashkhan. Humans had shown strength, and some species wanted to stand with strength, not fear. Vashkhan propaganda began immediately. Holoscreens across their empire showed humans as reckless, dangerous, and unstable. The Empire painted a picture of chaos, claiming that humans would bring war to the galaxy. Other species were warned to fear humans. The Empire tried to control the story, but the recordings of Alex Carter's calm refusal spread too. Many species could see and hear the humans speak. They saw courage, reason, and respect. Doubt began to grow among the smaller species. Perhaps the Vashkhan were not right. Perhaps humans were different from what the Empire said. Jason examined reports from the frontier. Attacks on human trade ships were beginning. Small freighters were targeted by pirates, who used weapons far beyond normal piracy. Patterns suggested a plan. The attacks were not random. The Empire was behind them, testing human defenses. Alex and Lana studied the reports. They understood the Empire's strategy: intimidation, sabotage, and slow pressure. The Vashkhan wanted to force humans to surrender without open war. The humans had to act carefully, but they could not back down. In the meeting rooms of Earth's Space Command, the human team planned. They would protect colonies, secure trade routes, and prepare for possible attacks. They would also build alliances with species willing to resist the Empire. A network of trusted friends could be more powerful than fear. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, ordinary citizens of other species reacted. Some whispered in markets, "Humans are brave." Perhaps they are right. In secret, they began to hope that a different future was possible, one not dominated by fear. And the Vashkhan Empire. Alex sent a message to all human colonies. "We will not bow. We will not submit. We will adapt. We will endure. We will stand together. Freedom is worth the risk." In the dark reaches of space, small groups of neutral species began to move closer to human trade routes. Some offered supplies. Others shared intelligence. The humans' courage had changed perceptions. Allies were quietly forming. The Vashkhan noticed. Their intelligence reported that humans were not isolated. Quiet alliances were forming, and neutral species were watching the conflict closely. Skether's anger increased. He had expected fear, not resistance, and certainly not admiration for humans. On Earth, Megan reviewed the captured pirate technology. There were strange codes and signals hidden within. She could not yet understand them fully, but she sensed a pattern. The Empire feared something beyond known space. They were preparing not just to control humans, but for something greater and hidden. Alex gathered the team. "We face danger from the Empire," he said, "but we may have stumbled on something bigger." We must protect our people and be ready for the unknown. Lana nodded. We can show the galaxy that humans are not to be controlled. We can form alliances quietly, but with strength and trust. Jason grunted. I want them to try to attack us. They will see what humans are made of. Megan added quietly, this is bigger than trade or treaties. The Empire is hiding fear, and we may have found the beginning of the truth. As the Horizon Dawn moved through space, humans worked to secure colonies, train fleets, and build defenses. They shared intelligence with trusted species and strengthened trade routes. The galaxy was beginning to take notice. Some species whispered in fear, others in hope. Humans had chosen freedom, and that choice was creating ripples far beyond their own systems. Small skirmishes began on the edges of human space. Pirate attacks tested defenses, but humans responded with clever tactics. They did not rely on sheer power. They used creativity, strategy, and coordination. The Vashkon were frustrated. Humans were not following expected patterns. They could not be easily defeated. In secret, neutral species continued to send messages. They offered ships, supplies, and intelligence. Humans learned to trust carefully, to test loyalty before sharing critical information. Each contact strengthened human networks and morale. Alex reviewed the reports in his cabin. The galaxy was changing before his eyes. Humans were no longer just one species among many. They were becoming a symbol of choice, courage, and freedom. Even if the Empire tried to crush them, others would watch. And the story of humanity would inspire hope. Lana spoke to him quietly. Our choice at the table was risky, she said, but it is making a difference. Aliens are beginning to see humans differently. Alex nodded. Freedom is always risky, but humans have survived because we choose to stand. This is only the beginning. The galaxy may tremble, but humans will endure. Jason entered with new reports. More attacks on supply lines. They are testing us, but our crews are ready. Defenses are holding. Megan smiled slightly. And our technology is improving. The prototypes are performing beyond expectations. We may be ready for anything the Empire tries next. In distant systems, whispers spread. The humans had refused the Empire. They had walked away from the Council. They were organizing quietly, preparing for defense and alliances. The galaxy began to see that humans were not just another species. They were a force guided by courage, creativity, and the choice to be free. The Horizon Dawn continued its journey. Human colonies were safe for now, but danger was growing. The Empire would not stop. Attacks would increase. Yet the human leadership remained calm and steady. Alex, Lana, Jason, and Megan worked together, each in their own field, preparing humanity for what was to come. The galaxy reacted in shock, fear, and admiration. Humans had refused to kneel. The Vashkon were angry, neutral species were curious, and allies were quietly gathering. The choices made at Aurora Reach had changed the balance. The future was uncertain, but for the first time in a long time, humanity's voice was heard across the stars, and in that quiet but powerful moment, humans had begun to reshape the galaxies simply by standing firm, refusing to submit, and walking their own path. The ripple of courage would spread further than anyone could see, setting the stage for the next chapter of human history. Part 3. Test of Strength. Human colonies were on alert. Reports of pirate attacks had increased, and it became clear that the Vashkon Empire was testing human defenses. Captain Alex Carter gathered his team on the bridge of the Horizon Dawn. We cannot ignore the attacks, Alex said. Every move must be calculated. We cannot let them break us. Jason Clark, leaning against the console, grunted. I want to strike first. Hit them before they hit us. Alex shook his head. We cannot start a war we might not win. We must protect our people and respond wisely. Megan Hill studied data from the recent attacks. Our new shield prototypes are holding, but we need more tests. These attacks are giving us the opportunity to learn, Lana Brooks added. And we can use the attacks to show other species that humans are not weak. If we respond cleverly, allies may see our strength. Their first major test came at New Horizon, a frontier colony. A fleet of pirate ships, armed with advanced weapons, approached the planet. Jason immediately organized the colony militia and small human fleet stationed nearby. Each ship and soldier was ready, but the humans were outnumbered. Alex directed operations from orbit. Use the asteroid field, he ordered. Draw them in, then attack from unexpected angles. Do not fight straight. Confuse them. Humans were not powerful individually, but they were creative. They used sensor jammers, false ship signatures, and asteroids as cover. The pirates were confused, and human ships began to gain the upper hand in the heat of the skirmish. Megan activated a new shield prototype that twisted incoming energy blasts. It worked perfectly, saving human ships that would have been destroyed otherwise. Jason led a small strike team to intercept a pirate ship, boarding it and taking control. Inside, they discovered Vashkon technology hidden in the weapons systems. Proving the Empire's involvement, Alex sent the evidence through secret channels to neutral species. The proof that the Vashkon were behind the attacks began to change opinions. Some neutral species started to question their loyalty to the Empire. The humans were no longer seen as reckless. They were clever and brave. On Earth, the Defense Council worked day and night. Fleets were reorganized, colonies were strengthened, and pilots trained in new tactics. Old disputes between nations were set aside. Humanity was uniting, and morale was high. Megan and her team analyzed the captured Vashkon ship. Hidden codes and signals suggested fear and preparation for an unknown threat beyond known space. The Vashkon Empire's obsession with control was more than it seemed. Humans were not just fighting for freedom, they were uncovering secrets older than anyone had guessed. Alex held strategy meetings with his team. We will continue to protect colonies and learn from these encounters, he said. We cannot fight blindly. We must understand our enemies and anticipate their moves. Lana met secretly with leaders from smaller alien species. She presented evidence of the attacks and the captured ship. Many were frightened, but they were also impressed by human courage and ingenuity. Some offered quiet assistance, forming the first hints of a human-led alliance. Jason focused on training and security. He created mixed teams of humans and alien volunteers from friendly species. He drilled them relentlessly, teaching cooperation, tactics, and survival. He knew that courage alone would not be enough in a larger conflict. As the frontier battles continued, humans learned quickly. They adapted, using unconventional strategies, clever maneuvers, and teamwork. Each victory, however small, built confidence. They were beginning to show the galaxy that they were not to be underestimated. Megan discovered more in the captured ship. There were references to an ancient signal, something long hidden in the galaxy. It suggested that the Vashkon feared a force beyond their understanding. Humans had stumbled on something dangerous, something that might change everything. Back on the horizon dawn, the human leadership gathered. Alex looked at his team. The Empire expects us to be weak, to surrender after the first attack, he said. We will show them that humans do not give up easily. We will fight smart, not just hard. Lana nodded. And in doing so, we inspire hope. Other species are watching. They see that humans are willing to act with courage and intelligence, Jason grunted. Hope or not, I want our enemies to fear us. Double quotes Megan added. Fear is secondary. Survival, learning, and preparation are primary. But yes, they will see that humans are a challenge. Small scenes showed the human colonies and allied species. Families prepared for possible attacks. Young pilots wrote letters home. Engineers checked ships. Humans were ready to face danger together. Courage and unity strengthened their resolve. The first wave of pirate attacks was repelled. Humans had learned from each encounter, improving defenses and tactics. News spread across space about human cleverness and bravery. Ordinary citizens of other species whispered about humans with curiosity and admiration. Alex reflected quietly. The decision to walk away from the council had been right. Humanity was no longer passive. They were active, shaping their destiny and proving that courage and creativity could match power. Lana communicated with allies in secret. Some offered ships, supplies, and intelligence. Trust had to be earned, but slowly, a network was forming. The humans were no longer alone. They had friends, quiet but valuable, and the galaxy. Megan worked in the labs, analyzing more hidden data. The ancient signal references suggested the Vashkon were not just controlling others. They were preparing for something far worse. Humanity's path of freedom was intertwined with mysteries older than anyone had imagined. Jason trained the combined crews relentlessly. Simulations, drills, and exercises prepared them for larger conflicts. Morale was high. Humans and allies were ready for the next step, whatever it might be. The Horizon Dawn continued to orbit strategic human colonies. Alex studied maps and reports. Pirates continued attacks, but humans had learned to anticipate them. Creativity, strategy, and unity were their greatest strengths. Even in the face of superior numbers, humans had adapted and survived. In the quiet moments, Alex looked at his team. "We face tests of strength every day," he said. "But we are not defined by numbers or weapons. We are defined by our choices, our courage, and our unity. Humans will survive, and we will prepare for whatever comes next." Lana smiled. "The galaxy is watching, and humans are showing what we are capable of." Megan nodded. "We are learning faster than the Empire expects. They will not defeat us easily." Jason cracked a small grin. "Good, let them try. They will see humans fight differently, as humans repelled attacks, forged alliances, and studied the mysteries hidden in enemy technology." The galaxy began to take notice. Humans were no longer passive participants. They were shaping events through intelligence, courage, and unity. The Empire was angry, neutral species were curious, and allies were quietly helping. Humans had turned the first challenges into lessons, showing that even in danger, they could grow stronger. Alex stood on the bridge, staring at the stars. "We are tested every day," he said, "but humans will endure. We will continue to learn, adapt, and fight smart. Freedom is not free, but we will protect it." The Horizon Dawn moved silently through space, carrying humans who had chosen courage over fear. Each victory, each clever maneuver, and each alliance formed was a step toward a larger future. The galaxy was beginning to understand that humans were not to be underestimated. And as the humans continued their journey, they proved that strength was more than weapons. It was creativity, unity, and the courage to stand against the odds.